There's something that I really want to talk about, and that is this strategy in general, the HMO conversion strategy and all that stuff. And there's a lot of people leaving this strategy because they feel like everyone's doing it. And I mean, I've got a couple of opinions about it. See, when you have got to decide what you do and don't sacrifice, and one of those things is not getting a new car, and instead putting it into the company and reinvesting into the company and all that jazz, on hot days, that's when you reconsider it. I've had this car for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years now, right? And it does not have air conditioning. I am sitting here, it's 26 degrees outside. You may think that's not that bad. In this car, I am dying a death. And in a couple days, it's meant to be 37. What is going on? Oh man. And this is like completely optional, by the way. Like, I could get a car, all my friends are getting new cars, and it's incredible to see, and it just makes me want one even more, but I just don't want to do it yet. Not just yet. Like, my thinking is I could hire a VA and outsource a lot of admin and sludgy work for the same price. I could get a car and have aircon for, let's say, 30 days of the year in total. So gotta suffer. You gotta suffer. I would say suffer in silence, but here I am whinging about it. So currently looking for the next deal, for the next project. How we find the other ones was, one was through auction, the other Rightmove. That auction one was actually the first auction one, but before you go to auction, you have to make sure your team is on it. There's a far cry difference between an open-ended completion date, which is a regular purchase, and a set completion date, especially one that's like 28 days. I've never done one that's 28 days. I would assume you could probably do it with cash. I don't know if you're purchasing it all in cash. Maybe that's it. Maybe you could do it, but and funding the refurb cash as well. But we're not. So auctions that are 56 days, that's the ones that work. And before we even went for it, I touched base with my solicitor. The lender that I use went directly to them, you know, the architect, even the builder. I touched base with everyone that we use during the conveyancing stage. I'm like, look, 56-day auction, is this something that you're able to do? And even if you're going to go to a lender for the first time or a broker for the first time, then basically making sure that you're eligible or eligible to get lending on it, that's a big one, a really big one. So definitely something that's important to do. So that's what we did, and all of them came back and they said, absolutely, we've done it many times before, done it with loads of clients, gave me loads of examples, and more than comfortable doing it, more than happy doing it, and I've never seen the team work so hard, so I like that. That was incredible to see. Then the other one was on Rightmove, and this is it, and that's that. You know, you got other ones like they come through Rightmove and stuff. Rightmove and that are actually pretty popular now. When it comes to Rightmove at the moment, like, it's really dry for what I want. I want the best for my clients. If I wanted to do minimum sized rooms throughout the whole property, I could get them one now. I've seen them on the market, but they would struggle because there's a lot of competition at those room sizes. However, for my clients, I want the best possible projects because I want to work with them for the longest time, and not only that, they deserve the best. So that's what we're doing. It will take a little bit longer, or may take a little bit longer, but it's always worth the wait. What I think and what I say to clients and what I'm thinking for my portfolio is, if you have to wait an extra 30 days for a project that is going to be extremely strong for years to come and stand the test of time, then waiting those extra 30 days will always be worth it. I'm getting a call. I'll see you when I next see you. All right, so we're at a viewing, and this one I think can be 5 studios, 1 ensuite. Now, got the large outrigger there, very large, keeps going all the way to down there.
And I think we'd have to keep or move the staircase to here or along the side. Chimneys would need to come out. And through here, got the bathroom and the back bedroom here. Now the garden's not that big, only goes down to there, so I have to make sure we don't have to require planning to do a little bit more of an extension if we need to, just because it takes up most of the garden. But the upstairs looks absolutely brilliant. Down here we have the living room and nice wee bay window here, which would be really good. So I'd put the ensuite over there, take the chimney out, and this would probably be the ensuite room if I'm going to be honest. And there's the staircase there. It's a shame it doesn't go up the side. So it'd either be a U-shaped staircase or the side staircase. But the tricky thing is there is no side entrance. There's no alleyway on each side. So that's the biggest problem. We can't do a side entrance. Hence why the first room would be an ensuite room. And the location of the stairs would be up for grabs. So into the outrigger. You got bathroom there, kitchen here, and it just keeps on going. Very wide. And as we go outside, you can see the size of this outrigger. Really big, really big. That's a really big chimney. So, be tricky getting that one down. Question is, do we need to do the whole thing down? But you can see what I was saying, the garden isn't that long. So maybe do an extension to here if we get prior approval. See if a precedent has already been set. You can see there's a lot of opportunity over there as well. Over here. So it's not just viewing this one, it's viewing the other ones around it. But you got this here as well. Very interesting setup. Nice and wide. Absolutely love it. At the risk of you having to see my shit trim, I'm going to put on a hat because it's going to be blowing. How's that looking? Oh, here, I don't care, man. It's like 30 odd degrees and I know I look rubbish. But at the end of the day, it's been a long, busy day. Let me just pick you up here. What a life, eh? What a life it is coming up. This project. What a privilege, should I say. Oh, there we go. Right, let me show you around. It is Thursday. The last time I showed you was Friday. And all the boarding has been put up for the dormer. Nice and clean up here. Flooring looking good. Steel's up. And this is it, and that's that. I don't know if I can show you how big this is, but let me try. This room up here is 2 studios. So this is studio number 1, all the way through here. And studio number 2 is over here. Can you see how small I am? Is that putting it into perspective a wee bit? Like this? I think they're both like 16 square meters or something. So that means this is around 30 odd square meters up here. Very wide indeed. That's why I can't stress this enough. The width of the house, very, very, very important. Very important. Especially when you don't have an alleyway and stuff like that. Like see, this one and that viewing I just done, they don't have alleyways. So you need the width, you need it. And the floor size as well. You know, if you really want it, you don't have to do 5 studios, 1 ensuite, but that's what I do. And that's all I'll do for me and my clients. Especially now the market's getting a bit more competitive, but I definitely think doing that is the way. But yeah, width and floor size. Even the width of the dormer. See the width of this? The wider that is, the better. Basically the outrigger on the ground floor and first floor. If they're really wide, then this can be wide, then this can be a studio. So let's say the minimum sized rooms is, I don't know, 13 square meters. And the downstairs one is 15 square meters or 14 square meters. That doesn't mean this room is going to be 15 or 14 square meters. It means it'll probably about 11 or 12. Knock off a few square meters because you can't go all the way to the boundary on each side, it's always going to be smaller. So if it's long and wide on the ground and first floor, then your chances of getting a studio up here is more than ideal. And this is it, and that's that. That's it for this one. Downstairs hasn't really changed too much, been focusing on the dormer this week. And then stud work is going to be commencing. From there, we will, God, I'm a mess, man. From there, first fix plumbing, first fix electrics, and I'll show you all of that as well. On to the next one.
Can you hear me? All right, I think you can hear me. Fuck me, I nearly just burst the tire. So, bit of a clunky video, you know, viewing site visits and all that shit, but there's something that I really, really want to talk about, and that is this strategy in general, the HMO conversion strategy and all that stuff. And there's a lot of people leaving this strategy because they feel like everyone's doing it. And I mean, I've got a couple of opinions about it. First of all, you're probably in a bubble. Everyone you talk to is doing the same thing because you want to connect with the people who are doing the same thing as you. So you feel like, or your perception of reality is that everyone's doing it. Whereas if you zoom out, it's like a small percentage of a small percentage of people. Not many people invest in property and not many people do this strategy. It's a small percentage of a small percentage. That's one. So the second one is, a lot of people are worried about the competition. So like they're doing the strategy, whatever strategy maybe is, and they're doing the strategy and they're terrified of the competition. They always hear like a lot of people are coming to the area that they're operating in and they don't know what to do and they feel like it's going to get oversaturated. Now, a good thing to do is look at the competition, see what they're doing. When the room's getting come on the market, or if you know the people, see their floor plans or see what they're posting on social media, see what they're doing. And you'll probably see that they're all doing the same thing. When I started out, I was doing it, very common, and it was one feature wall, yes, nice furniture and whatnot, but claiming it was high end, and you know, rooms being 13, 14 square meters. Now, when everyone's doing the same thing, and you're doing the same thing as them, yes, they're your competition. So you need to ask yourself the question of, what can I do that it makes my product so good that the competition doesn't even become competition anymore? I don't get worried, I don't lose sleep. What can I do that's different? So ask yourself that, spend a lot of time thinking about it. Look at what everyone is doing and you'll see that everyone's doing the same thing because everyone's doing the same thing, because they see that it works for everyone, but they don't realize that the problem they're causing is that they're all doing the same thing. Therefore, there's so much of the same product on the market, and that specific style or room size or insert third thing, that specific thing is becoming saturated. So if you think outside the box and do something better or more creative, then yes, you're doing the same strategy, but you are doing something different, and the thing that you're doing different is not saturated because you're the one that's doing it. Not many people like you are doing it. Really tricky to think outside the box in that context, but have someone from the outside looking in give you some advice as well, because you can't read the label from inside the jam jar. You might be thinking there's nothing I can do different, nothing I can do different. You go to a networking event or you speak to a friend who's doing another strategy, they might say something, well, why don't you try this? And you go, I cannot believe I didn't think of that. I cannot believe I didn't think of that. That's like a thing that happened to me at the last event that I went to. So I understand it's scary. I understand that hearing things like people are coming to your area and all this sort of stuff is scary and they're all doing the thing. But if you make the same product as them, then they are your competition. Just because you're doing the same strategy, that doesn't mean you need to make the same product. So take that for what you will. A little food for thought for you. My strategy is make the product so good that I don't even worry about the competition. They're not competition to me. That's just the way it is. So that's it. Now, to the people who are leaving strategies, like they do it, it gets hard and they leave, and they do it, it gets hard and they leave. You will do that in the next strategy you get into. You will do it in the next strategy after that and the next strategy after that. That's what your pattern will look like. You'll be okay at something and then you'll switch. You'll be okay at something and then you'll switch. That will be the pattern of your life. And then you'll be comparing yourself, you'll be seeing people doing it, not understanding that they've been doing it for years and years and years and years and years, and they've refined it and mastered it. But you keep hopping and skipping from strategy to strategy. That's your problem. My goal isn't to be the biggest, my goal is to be the best. And that means riding through the tough times of the strategy, getting creative, thinking outside the box, refining your product and making it so good that it'd be unreasonable for you not to succeed. That's my plan. That's my strategy. I love this strategy. I love what I do. I believe in it. I believe it's one of the few ethical ways of doing HMOs in general, and that's the product I want to bring to the market. It's what my clients deserve, it's what I deserve, it's what the tenant deserves, and this is it, and that's that. And I think being able to think like that under pressure, when you feel like the walls are closing in, being able to think like that is extremely important. And also, a final thought is your numbers from the beginning. If you plan for the best and hope for the best, and you get a high valuation at the end, and you need it to hit the high numbers, the rents to hit the high numbers, and if you have like one room void and you fail, you're exposed, and that's not a good strategy. So, like I was saying earlier, I've refined the product, and I'm bringing a whole, like with McPherson Properties, I'm bringing on a whole new wave of fucking HMOs, right? Beautiful ones, beautiful. And I'm still pricing them at what the competition price theirs at. So mine is a lot better, and I'm putting it at, yeah, we'll put it on the market for more, but we can drop it to less because that's what we priced it at. But they need to reach that, otherwise they'll fail. We'll settle for that should the market turn. And then you've got my incredible product and the other product, like the competition's product, which is the same as everyone else's. The tenant will choose between that one and that one for the same price. And I know exactly which one they're going to choose. And I'm not talking about we're just doing nice little artwork and all that stuff. The rooms are about 8 or 9 square meters bigger, and much better than one feature wall or a bit of paneling. You know what I mean? This is what happens when you stay in the strategy. If I listened to myself about 3 projects ago where I wanted to quit, if I listened to myself and went to another one, I wouldn't have refined it and gotten better and better and better and better and better. Like, that's what you need to do. If you stick around, you will get better, but you have to be on top of it. You have to constantly analyze and make sure that you are doing something to improve each product as you go along, each project as you go along. Go to other people's projects, go to networking events, pitch like, oh, I love that, I'm going to put that in mine, put it in mine, put it in mine, and then boom, you have your own style. It's what musicians do. They always, I was inspired by Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Pink Floyd, I was inspired by David Gilmour. I was like inspired, they take all the little bits, and next thing you know, that's their style. They have their own style. It's a mixture of all the things they've heard over the years, and that's what you need your project to be. Constantly refining, constantly improving, all the way to the point that the competition doesn't even bother you. That's what you need to do. All right? Oversaturation down here, but where you are, there is no saturation because you are the only one doing it that good. All right, bit of a rant, but you know, a lot of people are worried. So I hope this helps you if you are worried. All right, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.